topic of apps, I know that UniServices, you guys are working on your app currently. So can you tell us a little bit about what that app
Yeah.
is and what it's supposed to do?
Yeah. So basically, if you're living near any college town, for example, East Lansing, you're looking for help in snow shoveling, dog walking, lawn mowing, anything, any odd job. So we found this disconnect between the community and the college town, that students are not connected to their community, and the community really wants to help students. So what people do is we have two sides of the app. One is the client side, when they can post a job that I want a student to help me walk my dog at 5 p.m. on Thursday. And then students can see like a job map on where they can see like different logos and click and see what jobs are available. We have done about 2,000 jobs so far. Just last week, we officially announced that we are funded by a venture capital firm. We are going, me and my founder, we are going full time in starting May. We're both graduating this spring, and we are super excited, and it's going really good. Especially for the UniServices app, I've learned so much. I hate my code that I wrote initially, like when I started writing it. Now, so some of like 30% of the code I have in the app is really bad, but it works.
That's the merits of the end of the day, right?
Yeah. But yeah.
And so I know that outside the app, there's a lot more that goes into an app than just a full functioning app. You had to do, I know you've got a soft launch going on right now,
Yeah.
and then you even had to do some of the marketing and things like that. So what was kind of what was the process like doing things outside of the app that are still for like the
Yeah.
marketing and everything?
So I'll tell you initially. So I worked on the app starting January of last year, and I finished the first build in October, like mid. When I finished that build, my co-founder Adam, he was like, "Okay, now you just sit back and relax. 3 months and we'll have $1 million in our account." But that's now not how it works. Like Shrisha said, I just built the app. I had no clue how to like market it and how to make people use it. When we first launched it, I was on my computer basically 24/7 because people were reporting bugs that I couldn't even think of. Because we basically just tested with 5, 6 people, built the app based on those 5, 6 people's vision, and never really talked about it to anyone. But I think the best learning was when we actually launched the app, did a couple Facebook posts, and just got so much user feedback. It was crazy. I was personally not involved in like marketing it too much. I was there in we were in the homecoming parade, so I was dressed up like $100 bill, passing around app download links. Um, then I did a couple Facebook posts, went around and talked to people about the app. But my main learning was that we need to get a lot of feedback from various people, and $1 million don't just come into your bank account in 3 months.
And so with those posts that you guys did on Facebook, I know you told me that you guys had to find out that that's where your target market was. So how did you guys kind of figure that out?
Okay, so we know that a lot of people, like the older generation, uses Facebook, so that's why we went to Facebook posts. And yeah, that Facebook and website marketing initially, I think, is the best way to go. If we wanted to, for students, we didn't choose Facebook because students are mostly on Snapchat or Instagram or just in classes. So for students, we went to some student groups. So we just went and like passed around some flyers, and then in this participation, we had a good flyers passing around and just students signing up. So Facebook was mainly for older people because we know the older people like using Facebook more. And now we are rebuilding the whole app. Firstly, because a lot of the code is really bad, so I just want to delete it. And secondly, we got so much the user feedback in the last couple months that we want to redesign the UI. There's so many things that are like something I cannot fix in the current app and needs the whole new redesign. So that's what we're doing. And a lot of our UI is inspired by Facebook now. So that's something exciting. And something I also learned was we need to really make it super simple, because when we had a special snow shoveling feature, there was a slide to submit button that was totally new. Like how you used to unlock old iPhones, I had a button that was like slide to submit. I got 100 requests. I don't know how to submit this post because people were clicking on the slide to submit. So there's been so many issues in the app that way. I thought that that was not an issue. It was a like cool feature, but people just didn't understand it. So I had to work on a lot of that stuff too.
And then, so for you, what do you think was the biggest thing that you learned from when you said yes to designing an app for the first time to now you're doing UniServices? In that time period, what was your biggest takeaway?
It's a lot of technical. I've learned a lot of technical stuff that I didn't know how to like make an app that could scale up. Initially, my software that I used to build were like basically it could be used by a couple hundred users, but would crash if you got more users. So my biggest learning was how to optimize software. Uh, to make it more scalable, faster, and better looking. My UIs have gone like from very bad to very good now. It still has a lot of room for improvement, but I've learned a lot of UI design skills. I've learned a lot about how to make scalable apps. And apart from that, user testing, I never used to do user testing, but now I'm learning like different ways to test it. So I think in future we are planning to organize like a student group in which we'll invite some of our users who have made a couple $1,000 using our app. We'll invite some users who have basically just downloaded it and did nothing, and then we'll invite some people who have like never used the app at all. So I will learn how to like do this user testing, and I've learned a lot of business just by doing app stuff. I was very like just technical, but now I've got to talk to so many other investors, founders, and like going to pitch competitions. I've learned a lot, and it's really good learning.